Hello, podcastlers, and welcome to a special episode of the Deep Time Podcast. Today I am joined by, as usual, Armin and Kalamakal.
Hello.
Hello.
And also the reason why today is a special episode is because we have a special guest on today's episode, a new guest to the podcast, which is paleontologist and artist and paleoartist Natalia Jagielska. I probably butchered your last name. I'm very sorry.
It's alright. Hiya, guys.
Natalia should really not need any introduction, but I'm going to give that anyways. Natalia is, and correct me if I'm wrong at any point, currently studying her PhD at the University of Edinburgh on non-pterodactyloid pterosaurs. If any of you attended either TetZoomCon or SVP, you should have seen her presentation on her work. If not, you missed out. Natalia is also an artist and paleoartist. Her paleo art, you've probably seen it. It's a very good and iconic, stylized, but still accurate depictions of pterosaurs and other prehistoric life. And she's also dinosaur consultant at the video game Paleopines. So thank you again. We're honored to have you.
Thanks a lot. I think you got everything right. So I'm currently studying and describing pterosaurs from Jurassic, on non-pterodactyloid pterosaurs, which were the basal most pterosaurs, and they evolved into something else in Cretaceous. And that's what my PhD is about. I am in my second year of PhD. Previously to that, I studied geology at the University of Manchester, where I did my master's on evolution of early birds, zygodactyloids, which are sort of basal transitional birds between perching birds and parrots. I looked at synchrotron X-ray scans of those to look at chemical preservation within those fossils and changes in bone chemistry within the Eocenic fauna. And before to that, I also looked at Jurassic sequences from Sky, which fits into my current research I'm doing currently for my bachelor's. And I do a lot of small paleo art professionally and casually. So recently my works were published in Paleontologica Electronica for a paper about Eocenic bugs. Looking forward to today's topic of Warbirds, the 2008 schlock film.
Yes, I think it's 2008.
2008, yeah.
2008,
TV movie,
yeah.
2008, yeah.
Yeah, 2008. So yeah, the subject that brings us together again, inspired by a thread obviously started by Natalia on playmaking and pterosaurs. And then paleontologist Dave Hone brought up in the comments this film, Warbirds, that none of us had ever heard of, which is interesting, especially for Armin, who's seen almost every bad movie ever.
Never heard of it. No.
Yeah. And yeah, so we thought it would be nice to come together to watch and discuss this film. I have really no idea if this will be a good film or a bad film. So we'll find out. I'm very curious.
That's just free on IMDb, and I think 12 or something % on Rotten Tomatoes. So it's truly an academic award-winning hit.
Yes.
It's definitely going to be good.
Yes. And it's British, I believe.
Oh, no.
Shut up, Cal.
Like, Carol, how could you be offended? You're a sip prick.
Guys, you're derailing this already.
That's what we do.
Yeah, we do.
That's what we do.
Yes, there was something interesting about this film that I've already... Okay, the first review on IMDb says it is unspeakable.
That sounds right on our alley.
Okay, no, it is American. So that's, yeah,
Okay.
up there with
It was
all the...
directed by a guy who never directed before. He was an actor on film Charmed. So, yeah, dealing with top-notch performances
Yes.
and directorial debut.
Hey.
But it might be good. We shouldn't be judging it.
Yeah?
We'll see. The critics are wrong. You never know. You should not trust Rotten Tomatoes. It's
Yeah.
an aggregator. People have just bad taste.
True. If there's one last note to prepare us for this film, I'm going to read something from the blurb of the DVD, which is where they encounter the protagonists will encounter these other characters in their adventures, and more terrifyingly, they will encounter pterodons.
Dear Lord.
Pterodons, which is
Oh,
Pterodons.
Pterodons, my favorite pterosaurs.
yeah. So this will be fun. So yeah, let's
Right.
just hop right in. Hopefully there are subtitles.
Here we go.
Oh god, it's the same music.
Perhaps you should go full screen?
Fine.
Ah yes, Jamie Mann.
Yes.
It's already harking back to classical cinema of 1930s and 40s when you had all the introductions first before actual
True.
start of film.
Yeah.
It's definitely a conscious thing, not just bad editor not knowing that, usually could put credits at the end unless you do something interesting with them.
It's also very
Obviously, the previous version is like with Supergate, where you just have the friends out
Oh,
and
yes.
intro basically.
Yes,
Yeah.
I can show you the. Well, Armin has the clip to show it to you afterwards.
The Allies roll through Europe, crushing up. Okay. But while the fighting in Europe draws to a close, war continued to rage throughout the Pacific. American and Japanese forces clash in the air, on the waves and across 100 little anonymous islands, the lines of battle constantly shifting. On one such nameless atoll, an unexpected enemy awaits its turn on the battlefield.
That's such a fake
Um,
wall.
Oh my god, isn't this just the intro to Reign of Fire?
I would have gone with the intro to Mega Shark vs. Crocosaurus, but there's way
Oh
too many
my
films that
God.
begin like this, with them digging something up. There it is.
Oh, that's transition.
That was. I can't decide if I like that transition or if it's very cliche.
That was sick.
That was sick, yeah. Let's see if I can get subtitles on. There are no subtitles.
No.
I was lied to.
I mean, we did movies on here which were in bloody Hindi, I think.
That
you
is
can
true.
handle it.
That is true.
Or French, for that matter.
Yeah, but I did an impeccable job of translating that for you guys.
Skipper's at it again. Mhm.
And
What did
Japanese.
you say? She's gonna put one of these
Which one was in
plates through its
Japanese?
paces and tear it apart.
NHK. Dinosaur
Oh yeah,
World.
we did.
I'm
Oh,
just
true.
looking out for all of us, you know. Shut up.
All I'm saying is this. We transport these planes back and forth where they're needed. And sometimes, like with this one, we're the first crew to fly the plane, right?
Right.
I think if we're its first crew, we ought to get to name it.
You want to name the plane? She just wants a plane named after her, that's all. She wants to name the plane Hootsie.
Well, sure. Why not? What's a better name than Hoodsie?
Vicky, Lana, hold on. Roger that. Oh, and, Hootsie wants to name the plane after her. Roger that. Sorry, honey. Skipper says no. Prepare for landing. Ah.
Nuts.
We're ready for landing back here, Skipper. Over.
Roger that, Vicky. Hold on, girls. We'll all be wearing grass skirts before you know it.
Welcome to Hawaii, ladies.
Roger that.
Ooh, CGI.
Yeah, that's definitely a real plane on a real runway.
Go ahead,
Yeah.
Vicky. Your order to report to the base commander's office.
I like how also minimal effort was put into the cockpit of this B-29 Super Fortress, which they are flying, because B-29 was famously inspired Millennium Falcon. It's known for its big round cockpit that looks very Star Warsy actually, and here it just looks like a small set, which is a shame because B-29s are great, you know, classical wartime ships which have very characteristic cockpits, and never mind, they have like park bench in the office, so let's not complain about
The cargo and Colonel Toller's mission are both top secret, Miss West.
Yes, sir.
You will consider yourself under Colonel Toller's command. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Oh, Indiana Jones time, let's go!
Actually, it's more something of like a shitty flute version of the theme.
Yeah.
No, that's gonna kill my voice.
This is insane. She's handling like a pig. Can't seem to climb above the storm. Vicky, find me someplace to land until this thing blows over. We're getting out of this storm. Colonel, before you say anything, what you're insisting on is suicidal. We can't get above this thing. I have to set her down now, if I still can. There's no other option.
Oh!
What the hell was
Whoa!
Miss West, you take us down now, there's a good chance we're gonna land in Japanese-occupied territory. I cannot allow my cargo to fall into enemy hands.
that? We don't have a choice, sir.
Okay, so is the cargo like a pterodon?
I'm assuming not.
Something's up here with us. Something big.
Don't
Looks like we already have
think
company.
so.
If that's the case, we're better off at the bottom of the ocean than in their hands. Stay on course. Murphy, Lee, man the turrets!
Sir, sir.
Feel that? It's not the enemy I'm worried about. Find me someplace to land.
You're under orders, Miss West.
Man, I already dislike this character.
You really going to shoot me, Colonel?
Oh! Oh!
Whoa.
Oh, no! Not her.
Lana? Lana, honey, can you hear me?
Is
Lana?
she established
Lana, wake
character?
up! Skipper! Wake up, Lana! Skipper!
She's gone, Skip.
Jeez.
She's dead.
I don't even know what happened. Did the shrapnel get through the window or something?
Yeah, so you'd think there'd be a bit of I'm not no planes guy, but you'd think there'd be a little bit of depressurization or
What
something
happened
in the
back there? Is
aircraft.
everyone okay?
Yep.
Lana's dead, Mitzi.
What? Lana?
Together now. Pull up. Did you see what hit us?
Yes! We did it, Skipper!
We're not out of it yet. We're leaking fuel. Damn it, don't you quit on me. We're gonna make it. I promised myself I'd die happy in Clark Gable's bed, and I ain't breaking that promise. Everyone just hold on.
Tension.
This is
I'm-
literally the same scene as them falling towards the ocean.
This is nerve-wracking.
Betsy, help me pull her out. Now!
It's the fact that the audio noticeably cuts out whenever you're outside and inside that just throws me. Like you'll have the wind, the scraping, all that, and then inside is just quiet as well.
Congratulations, Miss West. Miss Quigley, you beat the odds. We're out of the frying pan. Now let's see if we've jumped into the fire.
Is it okay? This is a TV
Heartbreak.
movie. This is a TV movie, of course.
Okay, yeah.
Sergeant, let me see your grenades. Miss Smith?
Oh no, they've turned our plane into the Jurassic Park 3 logo.
Yes, sir.
Good. If anybody comes along that you don't know, I want you to pull the pins and throw them in the plane. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I'm just wondering how the Colonel think they would repair 2 broken engines on a random island.
Oh, they're just gonna go Minecraft style and just cut down the trees.
Oh, of course.
Punch a tree. Ark
You're gonna
survival
punch a
evolved
tree.
logic.
And then you have to mine down and get some stone, obviously.
Holy Mary. This was somebody, sir.
Are you actually gonna show it?
Ribcage.
Colonel, this is a jet.
That, oh my god, that's the most plastic
That answers one
skeleton.
question. Let's push on. Everyone stay alert.
Went to the Halloween store.
Okay, now it just looks like it's stumbled into a werewolf movie.
You know, for a schlock film, it's impressive they don't have overly sexualized female characters, and they have actually a wide gallery of female characters that are not stereotypical. So, thumbs up for not being sexist, which is a very common about, schlock films kind of go.
Yeah.
True.
I am
Hopefully
impressed by the amount of female characters. I'm not yet giving them props for not sexualizing. It might still come.
Yeah, I'm preparing for the worst right now.
Yeah.
But so far, it did pass the bed chill test, which
It
is
did.
better than most
Yeah.
Hollywood films do.
This is really bad, Murph. You worry too much.
Oh. Were the Dromaeosaurs here?
Put down your weapons and let the girl go now!
Uh-oh. Whoa.
Whoa!
Oh, it's a full-on dragon, though. I hate that design.
Oh,
That is a whole dragon. Are they just missing every shot, or do bullets not work?
Why? So it can't carry him.
Hey! What the hell was that?
They're just standing on.
What the hell was that?
All right, enough of this crap! Surrender now or I'll blow your head off! Lee! Shoot the first bastard that moves.
But sir,
No, that thing attacks, I don't fire a single shot. They're all out of ammo. Isn't that right, Tojo? Take him prisoner, Lee.
You sing out if you need us.
There it is.
at time.
That's the most welcoming prison I've ever seen.
Just a fucking window. He's out of it.
Giving you any trouble?
Having a good time, just chilling.
It looks like a place where I would go fishing.
Don't underestimate them. They survived
Yeah.
months where their comrades didn't. They gotta be pretty tough.
Yes, sir.
We gonna get off this island, Colonel?
We're working on it, Murphy.
Yes, sir.
I still feel like the cargo might have to do with the pterosaurs.
Yeah, what if I bet it's like pterosaur eggs or something stupid.
Something that explains why they attack, and it's just such a common trope in these movies.
It is.
I think because it's very specific plane. B-29 was known to be carrying nuclear weapons. I assume it's just carrying the nuke, and that's why you have this time bomb thing around it, because it's so specific for them to use that plane. So I will not be surprised regarding the context of the film and the planes they have specifically used. But you know, it's a B-roll film. It might be just another Pterosaur X, but that will make sense because that's 8 years after Jurassic Park 3, so maybe.
True.
So 50-50.
Yeah, nuke is also possible.
Nuke could be interesting if they actually try and tackle like nuclear ethics, but I don't think this film will.
I feel like they're not gonna do that.
I don't think film about pterosaur attacks is like on the same level as discussing ethics of nuclear warfare. They're two different things.
Can I ditch and get help?
I can't be certain.
So even nuke or like eggs or something, because again, it's just such a big trope in like.
Counterpoint though, I don't think it would be the eggs because they are flying. They said at the beginning they flew from America.
Yeah. True.
All due respect, Skipper, I am.
Hoodsy, you have the least amount of flight time in the entire crew. It's a long, hard flight, and that doesn't take into account that flying bastard up there. You're a brave girl, but no, I'm going to do it.
She's the best choice weight-wise. You know that, Skipper.
I said I'm taking the Zero up. I can ditch and get help. The matter is closed.
Miss West, the girl's our best chance.
Also, I got the cast here. Which one was the one that
Hoodsy
died?
takes the Zero up. Let's see Vicky and I fly after.
Lana?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So we got Maxine, Max West, Betsy, Hoodsy, and Vicky.
Yes.
Yep.
That's great naming choices.
That's kind of hard to remember.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So, why did you kill off the one with the recognizable name?
Do you feel your death approaching?
Oh, and now they speak English.
I love the dramatic zoom though.
Wow.
Oh, it's so out of focus though.
With the respect, how can you say that? You know the Americans will not show us any mercy.
Why are they speaking English?
I think the zoom was an homage to Hunt for Red October, in which you had dramatic zoom on a character that was speaking Russian, and then afterward he started speaking English, despite still speaking Russian in the native language. So it's I think it's a direct homage to Hunt for Red October.
That is the tragedy.
Oh, it makes sense. I personally, I always would prefer if they just keep speaking their native language. It's just more realistic.
My friends call me Hoodsy.
But I don't know.
It's actually one of the
ice cream cup.
You'd be surprised how many times Hollywood hires people that don't speak any of the languages they require them to do. So
that
they
is
just
true.
cop out. Because if you had native Japanese speaker, you'll know they might be hired actors that are Asian American and might not know enough Japanese, and will just stick out. Plus, it's harder to direct. So many people just go, yeah, whatever, just fill some lines, and then we're going to just speak with a weird accent, and that's about it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta keep an eye on them every minute, but I got it under control.
Okay, so then I think it's the main Japanese guy, the Colonel. He was Shredder in the Michael Bay TMNT movie.
Really?
Really?
He was also in Inception.
Who's he in Inception?
Some random Japanese guy. It's just Japanese something.
I've never really...
Okay, still though. Huh.
Okay.
Also known for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., American Dad. Sweet Home, which is the new Netflix movie there. Those are a couple of...
I'm glad the scene is going on long enough for you to go through his entire...
Yeah, so we can just talk about this.
He was also Shredder in the animated TMNT, the 2017
really?
one. Yeah.
I don't have to listen to his voice again.
No, he wasn't Shredder. He was Samurai number 2.
Oh, of course, the most notable one of them all.
I mean, I guess it's an upgrade. Well, wait, hang on. Oh, never mind, it's a downgrade. He was shredded and then turned into the samurai.
That's unfair.
We Bear Bears, also there.
Who is he in that?
Manager.
That narrows it down.
Kung Fu Panda, the series.
Oh. Oh, the
Whoa.
Okay, he was in iCarly.
This man's been everywhere.
Selfie is like the most high-profile one in here. Bigfoots, the unforgettable encounter.
Oh. Oh, wow.
Oh my god.
Skipper, bandits on our 6. Over. Roger that. Vicky, you stay with Hoodsie. Betsy and I are moving off to intercept. Over. Roger that, Skip. Stay calm, Hoodsie. We'll get you through this. Over.
Roger that, Skipper, but hurry back, okay? Over.
Don't know how they can do so much damage to a plane.
Canary on your tail, Betsy. Over. Roger that. Got him. Yeah. And you just got your asses kicked by a girl. Stay focused. Don't get cocky. Over. What was that about being cocky, Skipper? Over.
Vicky?
I see it, Hub. Just keep going and keep it steady. Over.
Vicky?
Don't worry.
This is not a great angle.
Yeah.
Told you don't worry.
Right. Good thing you didn't leave it to the last minute or anything.
Hoodsie, Betsy and I are moving back to formation. Over.
Roger, Skipper, thanks. Over.
Looks like this is gonna work, Skipper. Over. Don't hoodoo it, Betsy.
Holy shit!
Skipper,
They're gathering the army?
Damnation, told you, Bets. Okay, we're not gonna make it. I'm ordering us back to the airstrip now.
Yeah, these
I don't want to hear it, Hoodsie. There's 4
Pteranodons or whatever, they're calling them. Really bored or something.
Hell.
I thought they were nocturnal.
Ladies, here they come.
No, they're just always active. They're just that awesome.
They just don't sleep. They don't need it.
They just really dislike planes. They hate planes.
Yeah, I don't.
I like how monster films usually just portray animals as those weird things that just attack things for no reason. It's like when you go to Spain or something, rapid bulletins just attack all the planes because that's what carnivores do. That's how nature works.
Yeah.
It thinks the plane is another pterosaur, and they are territorial.
They're territorial, that's why they're swarming in numbers of like 700.
No, guys. They want to mate, obviously. Because clearly they do nothing else.
I mean, true, considering how many there are.
I have no idea how they're sustaining themselves on this island. Probably cannibalism.
Not today, you bastard.
Just pitch black. Because they eat each other and then they come out in like billions of numbers.
Hoodsie, 12 o'clock high. Evasive now.
The dog.
Oh.
Holy shit!
Oh my god! Did the pterosaur survive that?
Oh, of course.
Christ.
Skipper, tell Hoodsy that. Max, save it, Betsy. That's an order. That's no good, Skipper, and you know it. She was just a kid.
So what do we do?
Well, where Putsy?
How do we get out of this nightmare? You don't.
You speak English?
I love how he just casually leans out the window.
No. You don't.
I'm still a big fan of the Prisoners of War chalet. It looks so comfortable.
Brown University, class of 38.
I can't begin to tell you how impressed I am.
Identify yourself.
I am Ozu, captain of the Imperial Japanese Air Force.
The others speak English too?
Regrettably, no. I am the only one.
Right.
That's enough, Miss Quigley. What the hell happened here? Come on, you wouldn't have spoken up unless you wanted to share.
Well, then there's no reason for me not to execute you right now.
You won't do it, Miss West. It's not in your nature.
Try me.
And we'd be dead already. If the Colonel did not think my men was still valuable enough to keep alive.
Stand down, Miss West. He might be right. We might still have a use for him. But I promise you, when his time comes, you can pull the trigger. Agreed?
Agreed.
I got a couple hundred questions for you, Captain.
Now we'll have to wait. It's been a long day. I'm tired.
I like this guy.
May return to my men.
I love him. Best character.
I'm tired.
Take it back, Murphy. All right, let's all get some rest. Start again at dawn. Murphy, you okay with sentry duty?
Yes, sir.
All right, Lee, we'll leave you at 0300.
Go back to your Prisoner of War chalet.
Everybody get some sleep. Dismissed.
Awfully bright out tonight.
Not getting rid of me that easily.
I almost did.
May I ask why the Colonel's traipsing through the jungle in the middle of the night?
Reconnaissance. We need to find out how many of those things there are.
You're looking for their nests.
You said they attacked from the other side of the island, so that's where I'm going.
I'm going with you.
This is dangerous, Miss West.
Don't be scared, Colonel. I'll cover you. What is it?
Look for yourself. Be careful.
There must be 100 of them.
Oh god, the wings. Oh my god, what is this?
Oh no!
Oh lord!
Ah!
Why would you animate them like this? Why?
What? How?
I hope I don't fall. Now they all heard that.
We got company.
Oh no.
Colonel.
Time to leave.
Roger that.
Still interesting, they went for more Scipognathy, the Amorphodony, the Ramporincoiny, Pterosaurs rather than Pterodon, or something, deriving modernized pterosaurs we see in media. Like everybody knows pterodon, and it's like main go-to for most pterosaurs in films. It's interesting they went for weird caricature of something else.
If we don't
No.
get out, you don't complete your mission.
Why they just did that so they could like put teeth on it.
I mean, it's still better than putting teeth on
Didn't
Pteranodon.
stop Jurassic Park 3, so...
Yeah.
Is that it's worth it.
True.
You have my word.
Colonel, it's not enough to fight. You have to know what you're fighting for. And you'll excuse me if your word just isn't good enough.
Well, that's all you get.
Let's get out of here. We've got a bomber to repair.
No.
Those canaries of yours are multiplying. There were just a dozen or so when they first attacked. Listen to their cries. There must be 100. Every moment you waste is a critical.
I like listen to their cries and you can just hear my loveliest bird song in the background.
I said no.
Yeah.
How tall are you? Being foolishly stubborn.
Murphy! Take him back to the hut.
No.
Not the hut!
Not the hut.
Not the comfy, nice hut with that window.
You don't know what you're talking about. Okay, you haven't fought them.
Not that shelter that protects us from the fucking dragon pterosaurs.
No.
I mean, yeah, there's that too.
I understand we're at war, but I don't think we're getting off this rock unless we all work together, and getting whatever's sitting in the Bombay Titanium is your mission, isn't it?
They want to take the plane, Miss West.
I know, sir. We'll just have to control the situation.
So you want to take Ozu and his men back with us, don't you?
There's room in the bomber. They can help get us in the air. I think they've earned their seats, and I'd love to see them brought in prison.
Well, that's your opinion. Ultimately, it's my decision.
So it is a nuke.
So it was.
There's not enough fuel for the escorts and the bomber. We won't reach our destination.
There's a cache of fuel drums on the other side of the island, near Ragoon.
Yeah, we've seen it. It's surrounded by our flying friends.
Sadly, it's our only alternative.
Looks like we're saddling up again. All right, we got a chance of getting down there without getting their attention. We can coast a truck down to the edge of the beach.
I'd be glad to help.
I'm sure you would, Captain. But I think you're better suited here with your men in Sergeant Murphy's capable hands. Murphy?
Yes, sir.
Would you mind escorting Captain Ozu back to the prisoner's shack? Captain? If you wouldn't mind joining Mr. Murphy.
Of course, Colonel. Good luck.
All right, we'll take off first thing in the morning since they hunt at night. Hopefully most of them will be asleep by then. We'll take everyone with us except Murphy and your navigator, Miss Teeling. They can keep an eye on the prisoners. You know what we're up against, so make sure your crew stays quiet. Stay sharp.
Yes, sir. Back into the lion's den, Betsy.
Oh, okay, I guess they just don't care.
I mean, they're not planes, so. Until one of them falls over.
Whoa.
Oh!
Go! Catch up! It's an order!
Oh, there it is. Car won't start.
The classic.
Start, David, start!
Watch your fire! Fire, stop!
A little help here, Bats! Do?
Oh god! Oh, you!
Oh, there it is. Yep.
I mean, it's pretty far away from the barrels. Up.
Nope.
No, it's not.
You can't just run the other direction.
There's literally water on the other side!
Not enough.
Oh god. I like how they have lips and no lips at the same time.
Whatever you do, just keep going!
I mean, they weren't even catching up with them. Like, they're alright.
They had so much time.
This is for you, Hoodsy. Sweetest kiss I ever had.
He died as he lived. Stupid.
Very stupid.
Yeah, that was very pointless.
Also, the colonel is totally still alive.
5 minutes later.
Girl.
No.
Now it's over.
Is it? Examined your brain. I know your mission.
How?
I was with the EFCO project for a while. So you succeeded where we failed.
know what kind of bomb that is. I cannot allow you.
You don't have any say in it, Captain.
It's extinction. A genocide. The deaths of my people, you must stop it.
That's enough, Captain. Stand down.
I would rather die like a soldier than in the hell you've devised.
I said stand down, Captain.
The spirits of the dead return for vengeance, Paleontologist. I promise you, I will lead the charge.
No, he was the best character.
Ah.
He was still dangerous.
He was dying!
And he died like a soldier.
You murdered him in cold blood.
Isn't that what you wanted to do a few days ago, Miss West? I'm sorry, I should have let you pull the trigger.
Tell me what your mission is. Tell me what's in the bomb bay, or you're never getting off this island.
Miss West.
You're relieved of command, Colonel.
You don't have the authority, you're a civilian.
And you're not getting off this rock without us. What's in the bomb bay?
It's a bomb, Miss West.
Don't touch that, Henry. This
It's a
isn't
bomb.
just about a single bomb.
It's an atom bomb. The most powerful weapon in the world. It can take a city the size of New York and turn it into ash. We're gonna drop it on Japan and end this war once and for all. And if it doesn't work, we're gonna drop more.
It's real.
Yes. And it's on the plane.
That's what Ozu meant by genocide. You'll kill thousands.
Hundreds of thousands. And save countless American lives.
Max!
Let her go.
All those people. An island full of monsters.
Miss West.
Colonel.
I will say, I feel so far we're lacking a bit the impact because the B2 is very clearly destructible. I don't get why that whole scene was like, if you're in the B2, you'll be safe, when the B2 was the one taken down at the start.
Skies away. Warm up, ladies, and stay sharp.
There we go.
Roger that. Are you in place, Colonel? Over.
Roger that, Miss West.
And here they come, 6 o'clock. There must be dozens of them. Stay calm, Betsy, and keep climbing. Let's get them to wear themselves out. Over. They're catching up, Skipper. Over. Stay in formation, Betsy. Colonel, would you have a word with them? Over.
With pleasure, Miss West. That felt good.
Still gaining, Skipper. Permission to engage. Permission is given. Give them hell, ladies.
He shoots round. Oh! That didn't work.
Oh god.
Well, the Pterosaurs are also dead.
Vicky? Vicky? Betsy, what's happening? Over.
Rest in peace, Vicky.
Got Vicky, Skipper, and they're hard on my tail. Over. I'm on my way. Hang on.
Can't do that, West.
We're going back.
We gotta get clear and get this weapon to Tinian. Nothing else matters.
We're going back.
Continue the mission. That's an order.
Can't hear you, Colonel. Too much static on the headphones. Over.
Yeah, what did just happen?
What? She passed out because of the altitude?
She will pull out. She's too good of a pilot not to. I'm not leaving her all alone on that island. We're going back. Over.
I mean, she won't be on that island. She was sinking into the Pacific Ocean.
Miss West, what happened?
Something hit us in the rear of the plane. Check it out, Colonel.
I'm on it.
Oh, come on, it's right in front of you.
So if he throws it out, he's absolutely getting sucked out, right? Like, he has to. Oh.
Whoa!
Oh!
Oh, is he gonna drop the nuclear?
Oh!
He drops the fucking
my
nuke!
God! No!
Holy shit!
Oh!
What hit us? The bomb. The A-bomb has been dropped.
You gotta get out of there!
Colonel, are you right back there? Colonel Taylor, do you read me?
Oh god.
Oh my gosh. I hate that him falling out of the plane reminded me of Fortnite.
Just heads up, I don't think she'll be able to see through it. She might get nuclear blindness and then, you know, even.
They just get shadow slapped.
Oh yeah, eyes gone.
She'll die from nuclear poisoning any day.
Okay,
Fine.
so much for I'm not leaving Betsy behind.
Leaves everyone behind. Okay, whoa, it's fine.
Lord, what have we done? You might have warned a girl, Skip.
Betsy?
What?
What?
Betsy!
How?
How did you get out of that?
She survived the nuke. What?
He survived falling and then the nuke.
Unkillable, strongest
I mean-
character.
Good thing, too. Don't think I could have made it through the blast if I wasn't so far out. That was
That
one
far
hell of a
out?
firecracker you dropped.
Okay, now I give him credit for not sexualizing them.
Yeah.
Skipper,
Me
no
too.
kidding around. I've never seen anything like that. Ever. That felt like the world
Still
was
unrealistic expectations for women, for them to be immortal and even to nuclear blasts. Like, you can't live up to this.
Are you
I'm
okay?
pretty sure she's Wolverine.
okay. I'll never make it to land. I'm gonna have to ditch.
Stick with me as long as you can, Betsy. I'll mark your position and send someone out to get you.
Roger that.
Oh, not even sequel bait.
No.
Huh.
I mean, you'd be hard pressed to do sequel bait after literally blowing up the island.
I'm literally nuking them.
I mean, you can have, you know, radiated nuclear pterosaurs and true kaiju
Yeah,
film
exactly.
after.
Yeah. Oh my god, Greg Travis's nickname is Travis. That's Greg Travis.
Oh god. Chad Cook. I'm sure they had a Chad Cook.
You had also someone being kept Pterodon Wrangler. It's like a dinosaur supervisor.
You had one job, Phil.
was supposedly payroll service and was just cast and crew. Yeah, thank you for doing, payroll, entire cast and crew. Why is it even mentioned?
Ryan also had? Okay.
Filmed entirely on location, the state of Louisiana, USA.
Huh. So.
It could be much, much worse considering it had a lot of female characters. It had Japanese characters, which looking at the credits were actually played by Japanese actors, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't do yellow face or racist or sexist, and that's like, for B films, that's a common trope they fall to, and they were just alright. But regarding the pterodons of Pterosaurs, it didn't have anything to do with the plot at all. It's like, yeah, they just landed there and Pterosaurs happened to be there, and they just manufactured, but they don't link into narrative at all. It's just something random action scenes.
Generic thing to overcome, basically.
Yeah.
I've seen worse.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I've also seen better. I still think that Dino Croc is a better movie, to be honest.
Yeah. Dino Croc is a better movie, and I think Mecha Shark versus Mega Shark was more fun. Mega Shark versus Mecha Shark.
Yeah.
But this is up there in like the list of poor movies we've watched.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't exceptionally interesting, in my opinion. I kind of got a bit bored.
Yeah.
They brought it back
the
with the
moments
nuke,
that
though.
weren't. What?
They brought it back with the nuke.
Yeah. Like, the moments that weren't really over the top were kind of bland, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really find myself rooting for any characters except for Captain Ozu. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
The MVP.
Like, Max was like kind of generic hero character, she would make it out. She was final girl material, basically, but yeah. Ozu was the only one that was like actually fun to watch.
Yeah.
And I Bicycle got that far and even almost redemption arc, kinda.
Yeah. I'm kind of happy with I'm happy they went for that one scene where they like do discuss the nuke and all of that, and you do get to see the sides. The resolution I did not expect. Drop the nuke out, blow up the island. I mean, they had to. It's obvious Jurassic Park blow up the island thing, but
I mean, yeah, no, I wouldn't say. I think
not obvious with hindsight. I mean, I think it kind of.
I mean, yeah, but like I think, blowing up the bad creatures is like such a generic trope.
That's
I don't
true.
think
That's true.
I
I didn't mean it was like as a negative like rip off.
No, I'm just saying it's like pretty much like every big monster movie ends with, oh yeah, we blow up everything. Like, eight-legged freaks to blow up the mine, Jaws to blow up the shark multiple times, Tremors. Well, no, the last one fell off the cliff. But like Tremors 2 blew them all up in the end. So yeah, it's like with many creatures you always have the ending of, oh, they are all in one place and then they blow up.
Yeah.
I'm sort of glad they didn't refer to them as pterodons or pterosaurs. It was always dragons or monsters or creatures from King Kong, which makes sense because pterosaurs in that time weren't that well known because you didn't have any popular media to popularize them, and they only appeared in King Kong. Prior to that, and without saying actual name of the animal, it's like it's not implying it's a lost world situation where you have exiting pterosaurs or anything. They might be just random monster animals without any species assigned. So you can't get picky and say, oh, they did rhamphorhynchoids wrong or something because it's non-specified monster.
Oh yeah. Speaking of which, the thing I teased earlier, Caro, which I've noticed is, hang on, let me just pull up IMDb again. Details on IMDb says that the movie is also known as Mega Raptor versus Humans.
Oh my god.
Okay, yeah. Also known as Warbird, French Warbirds, Germany DVD, Warbirds, Dragons of Death. Germany rerun title Mega Raptor vs Humans. Greece DVD title. Oh, these are all in its native language. I can't. I don't know. I'm just gonna copy paste it in the chat.
I'm on the IMDb. I'm on the IMDb as well. I can.
Okay.
What is that?
Japan, Warbirds. I'm not gonna read all of these. No, I don't know how to pronounce.
Yeah, they just list all of them, even if they're the same, as long as you have.
For the accuracy of those no satellite Pterosaurs, which they were, it wasn't that bad. It was on the level of Jurassic World Dimorphodons. So the size was off. They were scaly, but they had Europatagium. They had quite slender wings. They had monocuspid teeth. Too much of them, and eyes slightly further back from in the skull, but still, like you could tell, it was a pterosaur with right tail veins, long tail. So it was clearly derived from a living animal. I can sort of guess it was sort of Dorognathes schipognathed thing. It wasn't 100% accurate, but also like partial film. I will take that because they were those kinds of pterosaurs are very rarely represented in any media, even scientific one, and they're on the same level as norm pterodactyloids in, say, Walking of Dinosaurs, because of those ones weren't that good anyways too. So yeah, it was alright for weird fictional creature they created. I'm glad they got the membranes right, but they got wrong number of fingers. They have only 3 pedal digits, which is wrong. They have 5 in real life, but still, that's just semantics.
Yeah.
Not completely horrible.
Yeah, and it's an interesting design. It's not
Of course,
not pteranodon teeth.
and but it falls in the same trappings of making it bigger than it was in real life and more teeth.
Yeah.
And very dinosaur skull. So, but like that's going to every single creature design. Is just out of teeth, much bigger and scary looking, with only Tyrannosaurid style skull. That goes to a lot of things. Like I said, Jurassic World did it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't have things like hollow fenestra or red trappings. So
True. Yeah, I like the diamond tail, like because you can see the diamond vein on the tail.
Yeah. That was a neat detail.
Yeah.
Nothing outstanding or amazing with colors or design, but for the thing it was serviceable. It made quite boring generic stock creature noises, and it was just a pretty boring foil for the protagonists, because like they didn't influence the narrative at all, apart from just being a foil that attacks them when they get into planes or makes slightly more noise very inconsistently. But yeah, I'm glad they didn't just do another Pteranodon just straight from Jurassic Park 3, as they could have done.
Like pterodactyl.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Yes.
god.
Oh yeah, pterodactyl. Oh god. I mean,
that was
what?
A hilarious movie.
No, this is the different one. We watched pterodactyl. This is pterodactyl that I have not been able to find. I'll send...
this one doesn't have Coolio.
What's the point?
I mean, this is the one that's like a self-referential comedy-ish one, which is just...
Which makes it a lot worse, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I couldn't get like I got 10 minutes in and gave up on that one because self-referential horror of that kind of brand, hate it. Oh my god, Sharknado poisoned the genre.
But yeah. Also, going back to the titles, apparently the Greek title translates to prehistoric raiders, which is an interesting one.
And it had a Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Oh god, it did. It had. Yeah. So, because you commented already on the B2 not looking very much like a B2 on the interior. How did the Zeros hold up, if you know? Because I think you're the only one here. That much.
I mean, the Mitsubishi Zero and B28 Super Fortress were actually on design front pretty good. So the models they used, maybe they used them from internet, were actually quite alright and look quite accurate. But like, I'm not a World War II jet expert. But with many designs for B28 at least, many things were sort of wrong. For example, you didn't have to touch your transmitter each time you spoke. It was everything was within the control, so you didn't have to touch your speaker a lot. For the shooting, B28s are quite interesting because it's a first plane that didn't had computer installed that sort of pit the guns and monitor, so you didn't have to be in a cockpit to actually shoot things. The computer fed it to you. So it was also accurately portrayed that when he was shooting them. Regarding pressurization, B-28s have pressurized chambers within each cockpit. So when it's in flight, you can't go into the main area because everybody's locked in their own cockpit, which is on pressurized chamber. But in that film, the pressure levels in those planes didn't make any sense, even when they were like sure at all. Had hatch dropped with atomic bombs, so they didn't go that right. But with things like atomic bombs, it's the entire plane was changed to actually hold them in place. For example, the Fat Man, the big bomb was required entire plane to be redesigned to actually hold it in place, and they were armed based on position within the stratosphere when they would implode, rather you set a timer or something. And regarding also other inaccuracy, it will be unlikely they could emit any radiation because they had lead casing, so you wouldn't die when you when he had the gamma transmitter. And many people didn't know what atomic weapon was because it was in one of the biggest top secret research things ever committed in human history, and everybody just knew about it when it suddenly detonated above those two Japanese cities. So it will be unlikely for people to even comprehend what kind of weapon they're dealing with, just because it was so secret, and nobody will, know what atomic bomb was. So even when he detected something gamma radiation, it wouldn't strike him as dangerous city-destroying weapon because nobody knew something like this existed up until its detonation. But it's a funky Pterosaur monster film, so like being picky about accuracy of B-28 pressurization of detonation of nuclear bombs should not play part in the film narrative.
I mean, yeah, like you said, they put a park bench in the middle of like the Hawaiian military base, so.
Maybe they were low on budget.
No.
Oh.
Half the budget went to that bench.
Are you sure they didn't just steal it?
You probably did.
Or maybe they built the set around the park bench.
Well, it's impressive they got the right ships for the right location and time. That's, not ships, planes. And so, that's an achievement already. They usually just put stock plane, like
true.
a jets, or something in war films. Like, okay, that doesn't make any sense, but with Mitsubishi Zeros and B-28, it makes total sense in context of the narrative. So they did the baseline research, so that's great.
Yeah, I mean that's more than they really needed to, considering the kind of film it is. Honestly, I'm kind of ashamed whoever made the guy who directed and wrote the film didn't do anything else, because insofar as bad movies go, like it wasn't that bad. I'd rather have seen him do more bad movies than the ones we do get these days, especially.
It was better than the Monster Hunter movie.
I refuse to ever watch.
Did you ever finish the Monster Hunter movie, Harmon?
I did, yes. I finished it on the second day.
Right.
And it was ungodly boring. But that's besides the point.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Is there anything else we want to bring up? I thought the music was a bit uninspired. Nothing.
I really didn't hear the music, to be honest. It's not generic. Sci-fi.
Very forgettable.
Stock music, yeah.
The cinematography was also boring because you shot reverse shot, not even any wide shots or establishing shots.
Yeah.
A weird zoom to mimic Hunt for the Red October, which was very off-putting, and you can clearly see it's an homage, but like it's not executed well. And
honestly, yeah, they should have fired their focus puller because there's so many shots out of focus.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's pretty standard, like cinematography, as you said, standard fare.
At least it looked like they recorded. I know they recorded in Louisiana, but at least they recorded in natural light and in something that seemed like an actual jungle rather than set with phones. And for something recorded with natural light, it didn't look like dog shit. Like usually
That's
those
true.
it looks like handheld camera or something. So kudos to them. It looked passable, and that's
Yeah.
impressive when you're recording on location rather than on a stand stage.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't really have anything more to say, to be honest.
I don't got much else to say.
It's very inoffensive. It's not that exciting
Yeah.
or that funny. It's passable,
just-
and
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. They could have bought like some steak from like the shop down the road from where they filmed and just like slathered or minced beef, and even putting that on the plastic skeleton ribcage would have looked better.
Oh yeah, I mean,
The
gore effects
completely
are abysmal.
Yeah, the meatless bones that are found everywhere. It's just
They are they have a very effective digestive system,
yeah.
while also being very ineffective because the bones are untouched.
True. Also, that one bit where like the pterosaur is just standing on the guy. Why did it not fly away? I mean, you need those moments in films like these just to laugh about. But
Yeah, I mean, if we didn't have these moments, we wouldn't be as kind to this movie. Because it would
that's
just be
true.
too boring.
Like for me, the biggest offender of bad movies we've seen was Super Gator for how boring it was.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, out of the ones we've seen, I would say, yeah, probably Supergate. The other ones had the fun moments, but Supergate was the most bland one.
Yeah.
Was it? Yeah. Okay, wait, hang on. Crocosaurus was the best in my opinion. Because
Yeah, I
actually do
disagree
a
on that
very
one.
as-
A guy
I don't
shoots
do
a
a
croc.
thing
A
of being
guy
comic
shoots
movie.
a crocodile while double wielding and doing a backflip. For me, that made.
That's awesome.
Anyways, we're getting off track. We're getting off track.
I think that one of the biggest offenders was when Pterosaurs were on the ground.
Yes.
And the founders for some reason faced outwards. Like, why? From where did you get that visual image? It looks so weird.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was awful.
I mean, I wonder if like maybe they tried bending the wing backwards, but like the membrane of the 3D model just like completely disintegrated whenever they do that. Like I do wonder if there were some CGI limitations, but still that looked quite poor.
It's also a shame they didn't have any practical puppets or anything. It was
True.
just all CGI, and it's like most of the charm comes from puppetry rather than CGI work. Sadly.
Yeah.
What was the Colonel just falling off too? Like,
oh yeah, there's so
what was
many
he doing?
dumb bits.
How did he? I don't know.
He managed to get his hand bitten off by an immobilized pterosaur.
While holding a fire extinguisher, so he just went that whole arm, fire extinguisher and all.
Yeah.
Also, for like a war film, it was not weirdly pro-American patriotic as they tend to be. It actually had some criticism on, American bombing. So that's great. It rarely happens in that kind of films, but still, it's not a good film. I'm glad they didn't go be sexist, racist, and nationalistic and patriotic, which is great for B films to not have those tropes. But still, it's still boring.
Yeah. Usually like these asylum grade sci-fi movies are like really overly patriotic nationalistic. Oh, the American military comes and it blows stuff up, and oh look, we're fighting the terrorists in Iraq and something, because it's very easy to shoot movies in the desert.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean like the Japanese weren't good characters, but
I mean they weren't overtly bad characters either.
Yeah, exactly. They're on the verge. So, plus they did call up the Colonel and everything. So
you could have them kamikaze jumping with yellow face and just shouting gibberish like some of the films do when portraying Japanese army in World War II when coming to an American perspective.
Yeah.
They actually characters to the Japanese characters and personality, and those characters were the most interesting ones with story arcs and character arcs. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel bad for him to go from Shredder to. Well, he went from this to Shredder, but so clearly the most high-profile guy in this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sadly, not enough to talk about it regarding that film. It's just passable. It's not insulting. It's not complicated. It's not even funny. It's just, but it's not insultingly boring as well. You know, it has narrative and enough tension to keep you watching and enough characterization, but still, like, it's a 2 or 3 out of 10 from me if you give it score of 10.
Ooh, that's low. I don't know if I'd put it. 2 or 3 out of 10. Yeah, I'd put that 2 or 3 out of 10 out of movies. Yes, I'd give it a 6 out of 10 for schlock movies. But yeah, 2 out of 3, 2 to 3 out of 10. I can get behind that.
I give it a 4.
Ooh.
I'm gonna say a 2 to 3 out of 10 for general movies. For schlock movies, I give it like a 4 to 5. I think when you really go deep into the genre, you will find a lot better.
True.
But it's not a 1 or 2 like a lot of Asylum stuff.
Yeah. I wonder what else the company made, because I've never heard of the companies that made this before. But I don't know where.
Yeah, I don't know.
Who made the film? Curmudgeon Films helped make this film. That's a fake word. Oh my god, Curmudgeon Films, which made this film, also made Willy's Wonderland that just came out.
Oh. I'm looking up at New Symphony Pictures.
Oh, I'm looking at that too.
Which has 3 titles: Clover Band, Warbirds, and Nightclaws.
Oh, you think that's bad? Check out how many films Clockwork Planet made.
Clockwork Planet, let's see. Oh, okay, 1 movie. Nice.
Literally just made this film.
Boy. It's only those 3 production companies, yeah. Commercial films, anyone I know? Willy's Wonderland, My Sister's Keeper, You Might Be the Killer, Lake Placid 3 and Lake Placid Basilica. Dear Lord, oh god. Nightmare Shock, I never heard of this one. Survivors of previous shark attacks are haunted by a supernatural shark in their dreams. I'm gonna look at this one later.
It's like Nightmare on Elm Street, but it's a shark.
Yeah. Trailer Park Shark. I've heard of this one. Haven't watched it. Jersey Shore Shark Attack. Also heard of this one. Basilisk, the Serpent
They've
King.
done a lot of schlocky films. But anyways, we're getting off track. Circle back to any closing things on the film before we get more off track.
I don't have anything to say. No.
I'm done too.
There's one review on IMDb saying this film should come with a suicide warning. Like, it wasn't.
It wasn't that
bad.
Yeah.
But also, I would not recommend this to anyone. Like, absolutely anyone. It doesn't have anything that will make it stand out.
On that note, Dave Hone, you said on Twitter you genuinely like this film. This is a call-out post. No, I'm kidding. Everyone can have their opinion.
I'm gonna make a call-out post on my twitter.com.
Yeah, no. It's a film. I think my final words would be: it's a film that does, like, conceptually, it does a lot of things right, like the female-led cast, strong female characters that aren't sexualized, and it's more respectful, and it's not racist, and it's not nationalist, and it tackles these things, but it does them not above sort of like a certain level for all of them. It doesn't really go beyond, and it doesn't have that much fun. But it's an alright film.
Yeah.
That's it for me. I stop now.
Yeah, it's a film that exists. I can't really recommend it to genre fans. If you really want to watch it, get a couple of friends, and you've got like 10 good scenes to laugh at.
Yeah.
It's a film that taught people that it lasted for an hour and 30 minutes, and it ended. It has 3 acts. It has characters. Yeah, it's a film.
Yeah.
Not recommending it.
Definitely a film.
Cal, time for your verdict.
It was really exceptionally boring. I'm just gonna put that out there. I do like the non-ultra hyper patriotism. Like none of that is nice. But like, there was no point to have the pterosaurs. Ethics of the nuke thing was actually something they touched on, which is actually surprising and pretty good. But overall, like when nothing was happening or like it was some exposition, just so boring. Just
I
nothing
really
going
like
on.
this comfortable chalet scenes for the prisoners of war.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like,
That's the highlight. That's the highlight of the film. The chalet. Right, well, I think in that case we'll be ending the episode here at the roughly 2-hour mark. So, thank you again to Natalia for joining us. This was very fun.
and sorry for not providing more actual, science, but there's
That's
not enough
fine.
to work with.
It's
It's
fine.
fine. We all need time to relax.
Yeah.
Lean back.
Either.
Hope I could shine with my limited knowledge of wartime planes.
You vastly outknowledged all of us in that regard. So.
Yeah.
And thank you to our viewers as well for sitting through this one with us. Don't watch the film if we'll include an abridged version. Don't watch more than the scenes we include of our reaction.
Please.
And as always, we'll be seeing you in the next one. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
See ya.
Will do.